You have spent your entire life under the impression that the future is a destination. You believe it is a place you must travel to, a prize you must earn through blood, sweat, and relentless striving. You have been taught that your dreams, your ideal self, and your deepest desires are separated from you by time and distance. But what if I told you that this perception is the very illusion that keeps you trapped in the loop of the past? The future you are desperately chasing is not ahead of you. It is not waiting for you to build it brick by brick. It is already here. It is trapped inside the density of your current being, waiting to be exhaled. It is a frequency that is currently dormant, encoded in the silence of your DNA, waiting for the command to awaken. The moment you truly grasp this, the entire geometry of your reality shifts. The game of manifestation stops being about construction and starts being about excavation. You are not here to force a new life into existence. You are here to unlock the signal that has been jammed by your own doubts and conditioning. Think of a seed buried in the dark earth. It does not stress about becoming a tree. It does not run around trying to find branches or leaves. It simply holds the holographic code of the oak tree within its center. It rests in the potential, and when the frequency of the environment matches the code within, the shell breaks and the life force erupts. You are that seed. Every version of you that you dream of becoming, the wealthy you, the healed you, the fiercely loved you, is not external. It is not waiting for you at the finish line of a marathon. It is encoded like a holographic imprint deep within your quantum field right now. Science refers to this as potentiality. It is the superposition of all possible states existing at once. Spirituality calls it destiny or divine timing. But if we strip away the labels, the truth is much simpler and far more profound. It is vibration held hostage by belief. The universe, in its infinite complexity, does not respond to your hustle. It does not care how many hours you work or how much you struggle. The quantum field is not a meritocracy based on suffering. It is a mirror. It responds exclusively to the emotional signature and the electromagnetic frequency you embody in this precise second. You have likely heard this before, but you have not yet felt the terrifying weight of its truth. You cannot fake a frequency. You cannot lie to the field. Most people live their lives projecting a signal of want, of lack, of I need this to be happy. And because the universe is a mirror, it reflects back more want, more lack, and more need. You are broadcasting a signal of absence, and the quantum field is dutifully rearranging your reality to confirm that absence. But the secret that changes everything is this: the frequency of your future self is not something you have to manufacture. It is something you have to remember. You do not fabricate the person you are meant to be. You uncover the signal they are already emitting beneath the noise of your insecurity. That signal is alive in your system right now. It is humming in the background like a radio station that is slightly out of tune. Imagine for a moment that there are infinite radio waves passing through the room you are sitting in. There is classical music, there is rock, there is news, there is silence. You cannot see them, but they are there. Your current reality is simply the station your consciousness is tuned to. If you are tuned to 98.5 Fear FM, you will only hear songs of anxiety and see a world of danger. It does not matter how much you scream that you want to hear the symphony of abundance on 104.5. Until you turn the dial, the music will not change. Dr. Joe Dispenza and the great quantum theorists of our time speak often of this mechanism. Your body is the hardware, your consciousness is the dial, and your emotions are the signal. The tragedy of the modern human experience is that we try to change the song by shouting at the radio. We try to change our external circumstances without ever touching the dial of our internal state. We manipulate matter, we force outcomes, we control people, and we exhaust ourselves, only to find that the station hasn't changed. The static remains, the distortion persists. This is because your future is not hidden by time, it is hidden by vibration. The distance between you and your dream life is not measured in years, it is measured in frequency. And once you learn how to match the resonance of that future timeline, the separation collapses instantly. The timeline folds, the impossible becomes the inevitable. But here is where it gets intimate, where the science becomes spiritual surgery. This future version of you, the one who walks with confidence, who breathes in peace, who knows their purpose, does not arrive through striving. They do not come crashing in because you worked harder. They awaken when you stop living from the wound and start responding from the code. They emerge when you stop reacting to the memories of your past and start resonating with the memory of your future. This is a radical shift in how you operate as a human being. It requires you to abandon the addiction to your own suffering. It demands that you stop telling the story of who you were and start embodying the energy of who you are. We are about to embark on a journey together, not of philosophy, but of frequency. We are going to dismantle the old broadcasting station. We are going to look at the physics of your inner blueprint, because once you grasp that you are not trying to become something, but rather allowing something within to emerge, the struggle dissolves. You stop playing the game of effort and you begin living the art of signal. In the coming moments, we will go deeper into how this inner quantum structure operates. We will see it not as a fantasy, but as the fundamental mechanics of reality. The field has been waiting for you to remember the signal. It has been waiting for you to come home to yourself. The code is there. The key is in your hand. The only question is, do you have the courage to turn it? There is a code within you that is older than your name. It existed before your parents gave you a label, before your teachers told you who you were, and before society handed you a script to recite. This code predates your current circumstances. It was there before your fears were learned, before your limiting beliefs were inherited from a world that has forgotten its power. This code is not an abstract concept or a poetic metaphor. It is a literal vibrational pattern. It is a blueprint of the most aligned, potent, and expansive version of your reality. It is pulsing within your quantum field right now, silent and steady, waiting for one specific thing: resonance. You do not become this version of yourself. You do not add it to your personality like a new coat. You allow it to take the driver's seat. You surrender the wheel to this higher intelligence that lives in your cells. Most people walk through the fog of life assuming their future lies somewhere on the horizon, a distant land they must trek toward. But quantum reality does not function on the linear axis of distance. It operates on the vertical axis of frequency. Your future is not something you are moving toward. It is a version of reality that is already existing in a state of superposition right here, right now. It is occupying the same space as you, just at a different rate of vibration. Think of it like a crowded room where two conversations are happening at once. If you focus on the conversation of fear, scarcity, and doubt, that is all you will hear. The conversation of abundance and love is still happening right next to your ear, but you are deaf to it because you are not on its wavelength. The key to accessing your destiny is not force, it is tuning. When an analog radio is just slightly off frequency, the sound is fuzzy, it crackles, it is distorted. You can hear the melody, but it is buried under layers of white noise. That is how most of you are living your lives. You have an inner knowing of who you could be. You can feel the ghost of your potential, but the signal is distorted by the static of unprocessed emotions, inherited trauma, and stories that no longer serve your evolution. You try to force clarity through the distortion. You try to yell over the static. You think that if you just do more, achieve more, and control more, the signal will clear up. But you do not need to do more. You need to attune. That inner distortion you feel, that anxiety, that restlessness, that sense that something is missing, is not a sign of failure. It is a feedback mechanism. It is a sign that you are just one micro adjustment away from the clarity you have always sensed. Your inner quantum blueprint is the original signal beneath your adaptations. It is the you that existed before your environment taught you to dim your light to make others comfortable. This blueprint does not just shape your psychology, it shapes your biology. It orchestrates the entire electromagnetic field that extends from your heart. This field is the magnet. This signal is what the quantum field responds to. The universe does not speak English or Spanish or French. It speaks frequency. It reads the signature of your energy field. It does not listen to your thoughts alone. It listens to your felt state, your coherence. As the mystics and modern neuroscientists agree, your body is the magnet, your heart is the conductor, and your brain is the tuner. When these three systems are out of sync, your signal is chaotic and your reality is chaotic. But when you bring them into coherence, when your thoughts align with your feelings and your physiology relaxes into trust, you begin to embody the blueprint of your future self. This is not just a mental concept, it is a biological broadcast. Your heart begins to beat in a coherent rhythm. Your brain waves shift from the high beta state of stress to the alpha and theta states of creation. Suddenly, you are no longer broadcasting the signal of a victim, you are broadcasting the signal of a creator. And because the field creates reality based on the signal it receives, life starts rearranging itself around you. This alignment is subtle, it is quiet, it is not found in the frantic overthinking of the analytical mind. It is accessed in states of deep emotional safety, in a quiet and honest presence. This is why true breakthroughs often come not when you are grinding away at a problem, but when you let go. They come in the shower, in a walk through nature, in the breath between efforts. They come when you finally stop trying to improve yourself and instead start remembering who you were before the forgetting set in. Quantum mechanics supports this view of reality. In the field of infinite possibilities, the wave function, the cloud of all potential futures, only collapses into a particle, into a solid event when it is observed. But here is the catch that most miss. That observation is not intellectual. You cannot just think your way into a new timeline. The observation that collapses the wave is emotional. You must feel your future as real in your body before it ever becomes visible to your eyes. Reality does not form from what you say you want. It forms from what your energy claims is already done. If you say, I want to be wealthy, but your body feels the tightness of poverty, the field hears the poverty. If you say, I want love, but your heart beats with the rhythm of unworthiness, the field hears the unworthiness. So, you must ask yourself a dangerous question. Have you truly allowed the version of you who already lives that future to take up space inside your body? Or are you still treating your dreams like guests that are not allowed to touch the furniture? Are you still trying to earn what you already carry? The truth is, this blueprint is not unlocked through pressure. It is revealed through permission. When you drop the armored need to change yourself and start aligning with the version of you who is already whole, that is when the magic begins. That is when the field stops giving you signs and starts giving you mirrors. Inside the architecture of your being, there is a pattern repeating itself. It is a loop, a cycle, a groove worn deep into the vinyl of your soul. This pattern is one you likely didn't consciously choose. It was inherited. It is a frequency wired by past conditioning, childhood trauma, limiting beliefs, and the echoes of your cultural environment. It is not visible on your skin like a scar, but it is far more permanent if left unaddressed. It permeates your nervous system. It dictates your rhythms of thought. It governs your emotional reflexes. It decides how much love you can accept, how much money you can hold, and how much joy you are allowed to feel before you self-sabotage. When that old wiring is stronger than the signal of your quantum blueprint, your future remains trapped in the cage of the past. This is the energetic reality that most spiritual seekers gloss over. They want the light without looking at the shadow that blocks it. You are not only creating from what you intend, you are creating from what you have memorized. Your subconscious mind is an archivist. It is a diligent librarian that keeps records of every hurt, every failure, and every moment of fear. It plays these emotional programs like background apps on a phone, draining your battery and slowing down your operating system. The subconscious responds to old data as though it is happening right now. It does not know the difference between a memory of failure from 10 years ago and the reality of today. If you dwell on the emotion of that failure, your body believes you are back there. Desire becomes a weak overlay on top of this massive automated system. Your deepest identity replays itself unless you intervene on the level of frequency, not just on the level of content. You cannot just change your thoughts. You must change the carrier wave of those thoughts. Picture a person who grew up in an environment of scarcity where every dollar was a struggle. Every small success they achieve now triggers a hidden alarm system in their brain. Success feels unsafe. Visibility feels dangerous. Even when they visualize abundance clearly, their body responds with a visceral contraction. The stomach tightens. The breath shallows. That contraction sends a thunderous signal to the quantum field. Don't arrive. Keep away. It is not safe here. The field, ever the faithful servant, obeys. It blocks the abundance. The field does not respond to your yearning or your vision boards. It responds to the dominant emotion stored in your cells. If that dominant emotion is fear embedded in your neural blueprint, your desires bounce off it like pebbles thrown against a stone fortress. This is not metaphoric. This is biological. Neuroscience shows that emotional patterns stored in the limbic brain create automatic chemical responses. If your ancestors carried stories of limitation, your DNA is likely primed to replay them. Affirmations alone cannot overwrite these deep-seated programs. Standing in the mirror and saying, "I am rich," while your nervous system is screaming in terror, is a waste of energy. That is why so many manifestation techniques fail. They target the surface mind while the root system remains toxic. But here is the transformative insight that can break the loop. The blueprint of your divine potential exists beyond that hard wiring. It operates on a frequency that is higher than the trauma. You can do deeper work. You do not do this by battling your patterns or declaring war on your ego. You do it by feeling what it would be like to exist beyond them. You must practice the feeling of the new self so deeply that the old wiring begins to atrophy from lack of use. The ancient spiritual teachers hinted at this. They spoke of awakening as a process of unlearning. It is not about adding new beliefs. It is about peeling away the layers of who you are not. When you release your allegiance to those old presets, your nervous system begins to reconfigure. It searches for a new baseline. Your field senses the new interior tone. It begins responding to you, not to your history. Quantum physics calls this decoherence. A shift from one energy pattern to another based on subtle differences in vibration. You are not launching a new reality from scratch. You are collapsing into the parallel reality that has more resonance and less interference. Emotionally, this shift feels like sinking into a warm bath. It feels like an exhale after holding your breath for a decade. Relief enters where tension used to be. The world slows down. To the untrained eye, nothing external has changed yet. Your bank account is the same. Your house is the same. But inside, you are vibrating differently. You are no longer broadcasting static. You are broadcasting a pure tone. That new signal begins attracting circumstances, people, and ideas that were invisible to you before. Channels open up. Resistance fades. To free your future, you do not have to rewrite your story mentally. You have to rewrite your emotional signature. You must go beyond mind control and enter the realm of state control. You do not just affirm, you embody. You do not just acknowledge the blueprint, you minister to your field with your unwavering presence. When you step into that frequency, the past does not vanish from the history books, but it loses its magnetic charge. It no longer broadcasts. It becomes wisdom instead of a wound. And when that old broadcast fades, the signal you have been carrying since birth can finally be heard. It pulses out, clear and strong, and the universe begins the work of matching it. Take a breath. Feel the possibility loosening inside your chest. Feel the rigid structures of your skepticism beginning to soften. New realities do not arrive at the end point of struggle. They do not appear because you fought the hardest. They emerge when your emotional system adjusts to reverse the old story. There comes a holy moment in every transformation when whispering intentions in your mind no longer creates a shift. You realize that the shift you seek cannot be invented. It must be inhabited. It must be remembered. It is in that moment that the real work begins. The work is not changing yourself. It is waking up to who your soul already is. This awakening does not happen through willpower or grit. It happens through quiet ceremony. It is a ritual of resonance, activation, and surrender. You have tried creating new habits. You have tried scripting your future. You have tried proving your worth to the world. But your frequency, you at your most authentic core, has not been invited in. You have been wearing someone else's costume and wondering why it feels tight. The inner activation ritual is about slipping into your own skin. It is about stepping into your true frequency like you are stepping into a stream of light. Let us do this right now, together. Across time and space. Close your eyes softly. Withdraw your attention from the room around you. Take a breath deeper than the ones you have been breathing today. Feel that breath connect you from the root of your belly, up through your heart, and into the center of your mind. Let that breath be a ceremony of arrival. You are not starting something, you are returning. Let your nervous system settle into that returning. Tell your body it is safe to let go. Now bring forth the image, not of what you want to get, but of who you already are. are. Access the feeling of peace, of abundance, of deep connection, of crystal clarity. Do not chase these feelings with your thoughts. Invite them through your sensory perception. Imagine stepping into that state physically, not in the future, but right here, in this chair, in this moment. Let your body begin to remember its resonance. Maybe it comes as a warmth spreading in your chest. Maybe it is a soft release in the muscles of your jaw. Maybe it is a calm steadiness in the rhythm of your breath. That sensation, that is your blueprint humming in the room. That is the echo of your destiny. Sense it as your birthright. Relax into it with no attempt to prove anything to anyone. This is not a mental exercise. It is vibrational memory retrieval. The fact that your system relaxes there means the field is listening. It recognizes this signal. That is the frequency the universe reads as home. Hold that feeling. You do not need to hold it forever. Just hold it long enough for your being to say, yes, this is me. Then gently affirm to yourself, I align with my inner quantum code. Say it not because you hope it is true, but because you feel the reality of it in your tissues. Let that affirmation be a mirror, clear, open, authentic. Now take another breath and let the signal settle. Do not rush to the next thought. You do not have to energize this with effort. You do not have to push the signal out. Just breathe and allow. You have activated it not with will, but with resonance. When you are ready, you can open your eyes, but do not drop the frequency. Carry that feeling into the next seconds of your day. Let it be the background hum as you wash the dishes, as you drive your car, as you speak to your family. This is not another tool to add to your spiritual toolbox. It is not another idea to grasp intellectually. It is the moment you invite your future to exist inside your body, not as a projection, but as a living, breathing frequency. The field does not need more energy from you. It needs you in resonance. It needs you to stop broadcasting static so it can send you the symphony. When you live from this place, you shift timelines without strain. You do not force breakthroughs. You meet them with coherence. You stop banging on the door and you realize you are holding the key. In a moment of quiet reflection, ask yourself, what if the future you have been chasing is simply waiting for you to remember how to feel its arrival? What if the only thing missing was your permission to be happy now? There is a moment when life stops echoing your old patterns and starts echoing the resonance of who you are allowing yourself to become. It is not a result of pushing harder. It is the consequence of vibrating differently. When your internal blueprint settles into coherence, the field responds not with miracles, but with synchronicity. Miracles imply a suspension of natural law. Synchronicity is the operation of natural law at a higher octave. It is the natural alignment of external reality to your refined tone. The quantum field does not discriminate. Its prime directive is coherence. It wants to match the inside to the outside. Remember the observer effect in physics? Particles do not choose a form until they are observed. In your life, your observation is less about what you see with your eyes and more about who you are being with your energy. When your internal frequency aligns with your blueprint, the field does not just respond. It reorganizes. It restructures the path. It reflects you exactly as you are. It balances intention with surrender. It fuses clarity with trust. Your energy becomes magnetic. It is no longer complicated, forceful, or dramatic. It becomes elegantly inevitable. Imagine walking between two musical instruments. One is out of tune, dissonant, screaming with desperation and control. The other is perfectly tuned, humming with quiet confidence and patience. Without knowing it, you and everyone else will naturally tune to the one that resonates. The field is like that. It is sensitive to the harmonic richness of your presence, not the drama of your pursuit. This is why life shifts when you just show up as your true self, not because you fight for what is next, but because you embody enough to allow what is next to embody you. Suddenly, conversations realign, dead ends open into doors. Support appears not because you manipulated it, but because your frequency unlocked the pathway. It is not complexity. It is clarity in motion. In quantum resonance theory, when an atom vibrates at its natural frequency, it attracts energy around that frequency. In the same way, when you hold your internal blueprint with clarity and feeling, you become a massive oscillator in the field. The field does not withhold, it amplifies. What begins to unfold is not random luck. It is the field reorganizing through the gravitational pull of your specific energy signature. Opportunities converge. Coincidences become the fingerprints of alignment. Timing shifts from panic to perfect synchronicity. You do not force the timeline. The timeline finds you. This is deeper than manifestation, as pop culture teaches it. It is embodiment. You do not have to wait for the future to believe in yourself. You just hold your frequency long enough, and reality begins composing itself around the melody of your alignment. Now let your awareness land here, in your body, in your heart, in your breath. There, your blueprint awaits. There, the field is listening, and when your energy sings the song of the true you, every element inside and out dances to that song. What if the person you have been waiting for, the confident, aligned, fulfilled version, has already been whispering inside your bones, waiting for your permission to be heard? The moment of shift arrives not when you change your world, but when you wake up as that self. The future you is not another life to earn. It is a frequency to awaken. You may have spent years struggling to become someone more, but transformation does not come by layering more effort. It comes from peeling away the noise until your frequency sings your truth. Wake up as that truth. Now that you have traveled through the terrain of resistance, surrendered control, and aligned with your blueprint, watch the field respond. All of this prepares you not to chase your future, but to inhabit it. Just for a moment, feel what that version of you feels. Walk through your day as they would. Make decisions from that place, even if the external circumstances do not yet reflect it. Let your body learn it by feeling it. This is not pretending, it is recalibration. Your system is being rewired. The cosmic feedback loop capturing your frequency does not care if the mirror outside hasn't adjusted yet. Your nervous system cares, and once your nervous system believes it, the mirror catches up. As the great poets and mystics have asked, why do you stay in prison when the door is wide open? That liberation is not external. It is the inner realization that the prison cell of scarcity and doubt was never real. It was a story you abandoned the moment you aligned with your own resonance. So start today by claiming this truth. Ask yourself, what if I already embody the life I sought? Let that statement rest in your bones. Let it dissolve the linear timelines. Let it shift your posture from becoming to being. From I need to fix this to I am whole. Here, the field responds to presence, not performance. You do not need another awakening technique. You need to live from the frequency you have already established. Step into that waveform and watch the universe reframe itself around your signal. This is not evolution, it is emergence. If you are ready to expand your consciousness and step into your next quantum leap, subscribe now. Leave a comment below with I am ready to align, and share this message with someone ready to awaken. The shift begins with you.